Hi guys, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about padding and label frame. So basically in today's video we are going to continue from our previous video. So in the previous video, as we know that we have discussed that how can we create the widgets and labels by using the for loop. Alright, so let's just recap what we have learned in the previous video. So as you can see, this is the code that we have created in our last video. So as you can see, if I am going to run this program, you can see that it is going to create this small widget. So if I am going to write my name here, my age and my gender and my country. Now as you can see, after filling all these input fields, if I'm going to press this submit button, it will print it on the screen whatever the user entered into the information boxes. So this is we have already discussed it in last video. So today we are going to talk about first padding, that how can we increase the size of the window in which we are going to take input from the user. So first of all, we are going to modify the code which we have already created previously. So in today's video, as we discuss, first we are discussing about padding. Alright, now in padding we have two axes because when we are working in this in a website field or whatever the application we are building, we have two axes. We have an x-axis which is horizontal and y-axis which is vertical. Alright, so that is why we have two columns, pad x and pad y, to adjust the padding. So I am going to basically we are going to change in this line. I am going to modify this line a little bit by using pad x is equals to 2 and we have pad y is equals to 0. So basically it means that it is on the horizontal axis the value is 2 and on the vertical axis the value must be 0. Alright, so that is how we can adjust our padding of these labels. So another thing that we have created, which is the entry box. If we recall the previous video, we have created two things. First the labels and then the entry box. So we have modified this line by adding the two attributes like pad x and pad y. Alright, now we are going to modify this entry box. Now as we have seen, there is a variable which is counter. We are increasing its value as the for loop will in running. Now so I am going to again add these two columns. This time I am assigning the pad x value 2 and pad y value is also 2. So that is how we can increase the borders of our window by using this pad x and pad y value, which is called the padding. So all the code that we have written in previous video must be same because we have just added two attributes in these two lines. We can see here. Now I am going to run this program to see the difference. So as we can see that now there is a gap, there is some gap. If I close this a little bit, and so we can see that there is a little gap here, right? So there is some gap which identifies that there is this window has been modified. So if I'm going to increase its value, so let's just increase the value of the label frame. Suppose I increase the x-axis of the entry boxes, which is 20, and now I'm going to again run this program. So we can see that there is much more gap between entry boxes and labels now. So again, if I increase another value and run this program, we can directly see that as we have increased much value, approximately 200 pixels, so it is largely increased in size in as respect to the horizontal axis, which means x-axis. Alright, so that is how we can adjust the padding. Alright, so again, so basically this is the normal size. It is looking fine for me, so we can adjust according to our requirements. Alright, so we have seen the method that how we can adjust the padding of the window. Alright, now let's move towards our second part of this video. So basically the second part of this video, which is called the label frame. So basically what is label frame, if someone asks that? So as we have seen, when I run this program, we have seen this a little window. Alright, so basically label frame create windows in our main window. So basically label frame actually will create two windows. The one is the main window, and the second one is a window that we have set to for the user to enter his or her entities. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to close this for right now, and now let's start coming for label frame. Alright, now first of all so we are going to use the same code which we have used. So I am going to open the previous file which I have created. Yes, it is. So basically, yes, for the code, don't worry about the code. I will provide the code link in the description. I will upload this code in the GitHub. Now, so this is the code which we have created in our last video. So basically, first we need to import the libraries and the packages which we are going to use. So I am going to paste it here. Alright, I can say that title, and I am naming it label frame. I am going to create a variable called label frame, and in this which we have discussed I'm using this TTK in order to access the Kinter library and use the function label frame. So basically it is a predefined function in Kinter. I can just create another main window by using this label frame method, and first is of course the win, and we have the text here. So basically I can write the text that enter your details below. Alright, so it says that enters your details below. When the main window will appear on the output screen, it will have a message at the top of its screen that it says that for the user enter your details below. Alright, so it will look more smooth. So after this I'm going to grid this into my output screen by using this grid method. Alright, so we have discussed this method, and row is 0 and column is also 0. And in this label frame, I'm just going to write for padding for the horizontal axis. So that is why I'm just using padx instead of using pady. If I do not select any pady value, so it will be set as default. Now, so we have created our label frame function. Basically, we have created in the output screen. So if I'm going to run this program, first of all, before running this program, I need to close this win loop. Alright, because it is main, because we have started this win and we need to end it. Alright, now if I'm going to run this program, there is an error. What is it saying? Yes, we have forgot to add a single line, which is tk.tk. Now I'm going to again run this program. We can see that it is a simple main window. Nothing is here basically. Why? Because we haven't added anything here. Alright, so that is why it is not showing anything. Now close this window, and I'm going to create labels. So to create labels, I am going to just copy the code from my previous code. Alright, so it is the code for to create labels. Now, in order to put it into our main window, instead of win here, I need to write the LabelFrame function. So I need to copy this, and instead of win, I am writing here LabelFrame. So this all the labels will be adjusted in our LabelFrame. Now let's run this program. Now we can see that our labels has been added. So as we can see that our labels has been added here. Alright, so we can see the name, age, gender, country, state, and here, and it is basically inside our main window. So if you guys can see here, so there is a window which is saying for the first there is a main window which is called the LabelFrame. Alright, and inside this main window there is a small window in which we are currently working. Alright, we can see that the message is appearing, enter your details below, and right after these messages we can see the entities which are required to be filled. Alright, but we haven't created their entry boxes yet. So now let's create their entry boxes now. So we have already created entry boxes in our previous video. So I just need to copy the code from our previous video, and let's just copy it and paste it here. Alright, now the main thing is here is that I need to put these entry boxes into the main window. So I just need to remove this min variable, and instead of this I need to copy this LabelFrame variable. So I removed min variable and pasted here. Alright, now so we have created the labels and the entry boxes. Now let's check if everything is working fine. So now we can see that here it is now the boxes are appearing right after the labels. Alright, so there is one thing is missing, which is the submit button. So let's create the submit button also. Alright, so we have already created the submit button. So the syntax is pretty much same. So I just need to copy it and paste it here for the submit button, and I write here for better understanding that it is code for submit button. Alright, now so basically what is the thing that I need to change is to this win variable. Alright, this is the main thing. If we don't put the win variable here, so it will appear in the main window. We don't want that. Alright, so now there is something that we need to do before execution, which is that we need to use this winInfo children. Basically winInfo children is a method when we are using the LabelFrame. So what I need to do, I just need to apply the for loop here. Alright, in same LabelFrame dot children. Alright, now I need to grid each and every function on the screen. So in order to print each and every function, so I need to grid configure. So I can write here grid configure. So the first thing is padx. So I am applying it to 4, and the second thing is pad y. I am applying it to 4. Alright, so this is the only thing which is added extra here. So if I'm going to run this program, right, so it is our input window basically, and it is inside it basically our main window is LabelFrame, and inside the main window we have our input window which is asking for the users entities. So if I'm going to write again whatever I want to write here, alright, and to check it if it appear on the screen or not, I can do this by using submit button. I can see that whatever I write on the screen, when I click the submit button, it is working just fine. Alright, so what happened if how can we check if it is these pads is working or not? So basically we are setting the padding here for our label frame. Alright, so if I write here 40 for our, and again pad x and pad y, I'm going to increase these both x and y axis for our label frame info children. Alright, so I'm going to again run this program, so we can see that it is huge here. Alright, so basically it is too much, so I'm going to write here 20 and again write here 20 and again run this program. So it is now fine. We can see that the gaps has been increased. Alright, basically this window is created when we write our row and column values and we increase the padding. This is already created, but our main window we have created. If I close this and if I see here, so we have created already here. Alright, by using this pad x 40. Alright, and then we set padding for all of the information which consists inside our main window. Alright, so that's all about today. In this video we have learned that how can we create our main window and work inside it. Alright, and we also discussed that how can we use padding to adjust the window according to our needs. Alright, so I hope you learned something new today. So see you in next video. Take care. Have a nice day.